let's get the stream going. All right, the stream should be up. Let me check. Yeah, it looks like it's up.
Oh, the trial.
Yeah. Stream 30.
I remember what is going on now.
The novel.
Alrighty, so
You don't know what we're charged with yet.
So the
I mean,
part-
Officially,
you know
to
that.
my understanding, it's crimes against the crown. I think that's what the hand charges with.
that was the general statements. I have a full list here in a second. So, so you've been captured by the hand, disarmed, armed, and you're now being put on trial for your many crimes. So we're going to have a read out of the list of crimes you are all being accused of. First,
Somebody write these down.
First, 9 counts of murder or accessory to the murder of the following people: Jim Shady, Shady Jim, Pulo, Zebs, Midra, Zoof, Grolius, Roger Smirt, Richard Koch. 3 counts of manslaughter, that being of William Crisp, Baldwin Panic, and Hugh Sad. 26 counts of trespassing and grave robbing. 1 count of public endangerment. 2 counts of the violent intimidation and extortion. 1 count of assault and battery. 2 counts of necromancy. 1 count of witchcraft. 4 counts of destruction of property. 2 counts of heresy. 3 counts of beguilement, ensorcelment, and unauthorized telepathy. 8 counts of vandalism. 1 count of obstruction of justice, money laundering, and tax evasion.
Is it in front of a judge, or is it in
I
front
don't
of
think we're getting out of this. They know everything.
Hey!
The court is being presided over by Kel Ironguard, Duke of the Duchy of Eric.
Do we have a? Is this a jury trial, or do we just have some weird
there's a
bullshit where
jury.
it's just the judge being? Okay.
Do we have a solicitor? We deserve representation.
I thought this was just gonna be a single charge of crimes against the crown that we could just somehow plead down, but this is holy fuck! This is like Jesus Christ.
No,
I'm
look,
mad.
we're
Well, there's
definitely
some-
not
there's some
guilty of at
people
least
on-
some of those.
Yeah, we like the murders. The only person that and in the necromancy, for instance, that they had broken with our group and ran away. In fact,
Right. Grave robbing.
So we can argue on those terms, but the whole grave robbing thing, yeah.
That's definitely true. Also, what do they say about telepathy? Unauthorized telepathy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then beguilement or whatever it was, which is, of course, me.
I'm sorry. How can they prove beyond a reasonable doubt unauthorized telepathy?
So, I mean, we'll get into that.
The reminder, the one time that you were doing telepathy on the Hands Wizard, they canceled each other out because they're using telepathy on us. And of course, because they are servants of the crown, officially at that, they had full rights to do so. Yeah. We're kind of fucked here.
All right, look, no, some of these aren't so bad. Okay, the murder, they'll never prove murder, never, not for us anyway. I don't know who the manslaughter's against, and manslaughter's dubious in the first place.
It's probably all the people who died in the attack by the skeletons.
All right, so we run into the problem of, if you want legal representation, I also don't want to fucking roleplay against myself.
Mm-hmm.
And frankly, I think any lawyer is going to look at this and be like, well, I can get this down from a sentence of torture and execution to simply execution.
All right, well, if we're damned if we do and damned if we don't, we might as well defend ourselves and see what we can get out of.
All right,
Or we could just run.
All right,
Well, we can always run, though. I mean, that's always an option. Maybe we can get out of it.
I'll let you know when the option to run arises.
All right.
So,
I think that we might be retiring these characters. It seems like.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
okay, then
So-
then the DM killed us. That's what's happening.
you're just
Oh.
all executed. Game over. Nice campaign.
Yeah.
guys.
Well,
then
no,
I
it's
mean,
like,
then we
okay,
can't be
how-
held responsible for that.
All right. So
Well, we got hunt.
So-
what do we need to do? We need to hunt down.
so when
Sorry.
So where do we
Okay,
wanna-
we'll talk about this later.
so where do we
Okay,
want to
so-
start with these charges?
Okay, so this
Yeah.
is the indictment. This is the whole criminal indictment. Where's the affidavits? Where's the evidence?
Yeah. How do you? I mean, you can't. Okay, murder is a specific charge, right? You can't. They have to prove that we murdered those 9 people, or were known accessories to the murder of 9 people.
All right.
Right.
So for the murders, we have witness our witnesses, either directly or indirectly. So we have 4 witnesses for the murder of Roger Smirt and Richard Koch.
Who are those people?
So do you
That's me.
remember
Who
the?
doesn't remember?
Do you remember those tomb robbers you ran into ages ago?
The ones who I'm pretty sure attacked
that we
us.
yeah,
Yeah.
they attacked us and we let them go. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, those 4 guys you let go are testifying against you now.
I'm sorry,
Right.
those were also grave robbers?
Yeah, criminals can
Okay, so...
testify against other criminals.
Okay.
Except, so okay, so in the real world, eyewitness testimony is extremely dubious. This is a world
Yeah.
with like dream invasion, and people can play songs and make you believe things and all sorts of stuff, right? So there's no way that testimony is actually valid.
All right. So you have 4. So you have 4 witnesses to that. For Pulo, you have basically the entire town, actually.
Really?
Oh,
Pulo, what?
that, what?
How did
Yeah,
that go
I thought
down?
Pulo was one of the
Yeah, so-
people who's in the Notebook.
So the last
Pulo-
time the townspeople
okay.
saw him, he was fine and off into the and went off into the swamp with the
Oh,
rest of his guys.
That's
And the next time they see him, you're dragging his corpse into town.
That was Pulo.
that's circumstantial. That's
Yeah,
completely
Yeah.
circumstantial.
Completely
All right.
circumstantial.
Then, H.R. Huffenpuff is witness to, and
Oh yes, when
the sheriff's-
somebody decided to chop off their heads to bring back their bodies for some reason.
that you brought
I don't remember this entirely.
you brought back body parts and such, and confirmation of the death of Zebs, Midra, and Zuf, who are the last persons he saw.
Yes, we were sent out on a mission for fact-finding in order to determine whether or not they were still alive. We found their corpses. They were not alive.
Yeah.
But-
Forensic evidence should be able to tell how long they were dead before we got there.
I mean, to be fair, this is also the Middle Ages. I'm not sure how advanced forensic evidence is.
No. What do they call it? When you check the maggots that happen. That we've had that forever.
Right, the maggot.
You guys, there's also speak with dead spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that
They-
too. So we have to ask the prosecution. Do they think that if we spoke with the dead, that they would? How confident are they? Huh?
So then, we have Grolius, who, according to the testimony of Mazaz the Magnificent, was killed when he was made to read a cursed book by you guys.
No. He read it of his own accord. They
Yeah, we had
cannot
no
prove
input there.
we forced him to read it.
And then Shady Jim, they have an eyewitness account from. Oh, would you look at that? Gnarls Fostep.
Ah, gotcha.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, well, okay. He confessed to the murder. Is that what
No.
you're saying, or has he blamed it on us?
No, Heretic. I mean, you could take up the.
Shady Jim, that was the guy that he worked for the Iron Guard or whatever, and came with us, right?
Yes.
And then was killed on the way
And
out.
then
of the
Gnarls
Barrowmaze.
murdered him. Yeah.
And then Gnarls murdered him. So
Yes.
So,
So
I
yeah,
was
that
I was under the effects of a curse of insanity.
Yes, but that
And then- and now
I'm
you-
talking
like-
to the court. I'm talking to
but that
the court. I'm
Wait.
talking to the court.
Oh,
Or-
Gnarls close up is
is
here?
Niles there.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
okay.
Alright.
Lord.
I was under the effects of an insanity, and I believed that he was evil. And I unfortunately I cast sleep on him while he was climbing up a rope. And he was already injured, and he fell dead.
Yeah, okay.
My companions helped cover up the.
No, we
Crap.
didn't. We didn't know. We did not know.
This is the first time that's ever happened. This is the first time we're
we-
hearing this. Wait, hang on.
Truth
Is there
will
such a
set you
thing as
free.
Miranda
Yeah,
rights?
was it-
Truth will set you free, people.
Wasn't he the last one up the rope or whatever? Right? Didn't he
Yeah.
fall? And so we all we know is that he fell.
Yeah, we
Wait,
did
hang on.
lie about how he died, but my response would be, yes, we
You admit.
lied, and we lied about how he died in order to save him face or whatever we would.
Oh no,
Statement of honor.
our
Excellent.
our
A
telepathic wizard straight up told us he was evil.
magnificent. A confession on the stand.
Wait, hang on. Is there anything such as
No,
Miranda
that
rights
one-
in this? No.
That one is at best accessory. That okay. I mean, the guy who did it admitted to doing it while insane.
Yeah,
So
I mean
that's
these
at
are nine
best
counts of-
accessory.
I mean these are murder or accessory to murder. So you,
Yeah. So that's one that might maybe stick.
Okay,
We got
so-
one.
So we agree. Accessory to murder on Shady Jim.
No, this is
I
the
know,
only,
I don't
the only
agree.
charge where. Okay.
That's the
Make
only
the
charge
argument.
that can be argued.
Yeah. We don't admit to it.
Yes, we do not admit to it. We had no knowledge or interaction or anything along those lines. This is the first we are hearing of such a confession.
Yeah, they'd have to prove that we knew.
Beyond reasonable doubt.
Right.
Also, is there such a thing as Miranda rights in this universe? No.
No.
No,
No.
no. There's no rights.
Oh, fuck's sake.
This is the court of the dungeon master fucking with you.
Yeah, I know it is. We know it is. It's also a good
You're-
recap episode because I don't remember half this shit.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of ways in which we can get out of this. Is there a technicality in which we can get out of all these charges? Like, where we violated our Miranda rights, for example. But
No,
apparently
we're
we
arguing
really-
them down. Most of these charges are obvious bullshit. They're just trying to see what'll stick.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like an actual criminal court, but
Right.
I mean, they accuse you enough stuff. Something will
Yeah,
happen.
it's a common
Yeah, well,
thing.
they've
And
accused
actually,
us
you
of-
know what? I call for a retrial already because you have obviously stacked the court. You've obviously done that
Yeah,
thing where you just throw all this shit at us.
We haven't done
Expect-
discovery. We haven't had a chance to review the evidence. You've got surprise witnesses. This is bullshit.
can we call for a trial in a different jurisdiction
This is-
because of?
Yeah, we can't get an unbiased jury in
Yeah.
in our jurisdiction.
This is a fucking TV court. You're gonna put up with it. Okay.
Also, they've accused us of heresy.
Yes.
But we're all different religions. That's so dumb.
Oh yeah,
Speci-
no, you're not 2 counts of heresy.
Yes. So that is specifically because of one, Malachi attempting to spread foreign religions in the town of Helix through his
Oh.
dwarven sacrament of heavy drinking.
Oh,
Yeah, of drinking and being a good time.
a
yeah.
real
I'm
Socrates
sorry.
right
I'm
here.
sorry- well, he
You're
does-
corrupting the youths. You're corrupting the youth.
So Malachi has a negative charisma modifier. So obviously he's just obnoxious when he drinks.
And
I mean,
this-
really,
That's
we
how
could,
it is.
that heresy charge, we could just plead down to malicious communications or public order act.
That's
could
right.
plead
That's
that
right. It's
down.
ignorance. I mean, he's not
Plead that down to the
proselytizing.
You could plead it down to disorderly conduct or public order acts or whatever the fuck charge it is here in the U.S.
And-
or in the U.K. I mean,
And hey, if it weren't for disorderly conduct, fantasy taverns wouldn't have any customers. Okay, it's a public service.
okay, so you're willing to take disorderly content on that?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I play music and shit. It's all in good fun. I don't
So
know. if that counts.
manslaughter-
It's just-
Manslaughter, they have to prove negligence, right?
So We didn't get to the
Who's
other count of
manslaughter?
heresy,
Oh,
what?
okay.
which is the veneration of evil gods, which their evidence is the robes and accoutrement of set cultists amongst your possessions.
Oh, no,
yes.
come
I
on.
will explain exactly what's going on there. We
Yeah,
have
we
come
have a
into
valid explanation.
Yes. We have come into conflict with these. I had planned on sneaking past them and assassinating their leader in ideal terms.
Initiative.
Unfortunately, it never came down.
Did you just admit to conspiracy to assassinate?
An evil cultist that is
Yeah.
already against the law.
And this is a world of ontological evil.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Like, it's literally in their character description.
Also, where's our what was it called? Detect good and evil spell or whatever.
Yeah, I can do that. I've got that.
You can use it on
Can load
us. Are we
that up.
evil?
That's right, I could.
Is that considered admissible in court?
so, they'll happily have a cleric detect evil on you.
Without any illusionists or the like in the room who
That's
will
right.
interfere with the spell, of course.
The defense team also has to agree to the conditions of this so-called test.
All right. Do you submit to a detection of alignment from one of the clerics of St. Yig?
I don't know about Yig. Gnarls gave
I
a lot
will
of money to
submit.
the Yigists.
All right.
I will submit.
Yes, I was the only one that ever gave money to the church.
That is noted.
And now you're standing against us in court.
Yeah. So,
No, he's not standing against us.
So
He's standing
Gamdar,
on trial.
the cleric of St. Yig, detects alignment on Benedict Germain. Chaotic evil.
Yes, of course it does. Of course. I'm gonna send a quick text to my my bro in another plane, Thaindor, and be like, "Can you go see what's going on? There's some bullshit happening."
All right.
If I were, I think, 1 or 2 levels higher, I could actually straight up talk to my god.
Yeah, I got a question. Why would a person who's actually chaotic evil ever submit to an alignment test?
Because they're
The
silly.
fact that I'm willing to undergo
Yeah, I mean-
it should kind of,
I mean, how many
We
people
are, in
end
fact-
up? I mean, how many people in the actual legal system end up incriminating themselves for silly reasons?
True, but if we were chaotic evil, why would we even tolerate the pretense of a legal system?
What, you gonna be like that one guy in Vegas who's just gonna fucking try to jump the judge?
Yeah, I was thinking about that guy. But yeah, I mean, we wouldn't recognize anybody's authority. Like, we're not standing here saying this is a legally illegitimate court. We're trying to argue our case. That is a minimum lawful alignment.
Except for the earlier part where you tried to say that this was all a mistrial and this was all legitimate.
No, we were arguing that the process was illegitimate, not that the authority of the court was illegitimate.
Okay,
It's a
so we're
perfectly
not
valid
going
legal doctrine, as I would know being a lawful good cleric.
So,
So we're not
Yes,
going
yes.
down the sovereign citizen route.
No.
No. No.
You guys know that when that guy walked into the prison cafeteria, he got a standing ovation.
I called for a mistrial because essentially they're clearly trying to throw everything at us all
Yeah.
at once, rather than actually basing any of their stuff. This is actually kind of stuff that does get trials thrown out.
Yeah, exactly. That's all part of proper legal procedure. It's not questioning the authority of the government.
anyway, let's continue with the charges. What else do we want to? What do we want to address next?
For me, the 26 counts of trespass and grave robbing. Is it literally like 26 counts of trespass and 1 counter and grave robbing? So is it like 13?
Is that 1 charge or 2 charges?
That is 2 charges, both at 26.
Okay,
2
so that's
charges plus the
50,
26.
52 total counts.
Yes.
All right, in
52 total
in private council, just among ourselves. Yeah, we did those though.
Okay,
Yeah.
but like
But there
for
can't
the
be more than a
But
misdemeanor. It's like a
least,
fine.
at least at the beginning, we did have the support of Iron Guard, right? Because we were under his employment that ended when Gnarls.
Yeah, but we weren't hired to grave rob. So maybe some of the trespassing we can
Yeah,
get
we
down.
can
But even grave robbing's just like a misdemeanor, isn't it? I mean, it's just
I mean,
it's just
yeah,
a fine.
What
Can't
are
be
the
that
dead gonna
bad.
do with all their stuff anyway?
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
So for the trespass charge, I mean, we could try to plead that down, and I'm assuming that's just like a misdemeanor. Plus, were there any signs saying no trespassing?
That's right. There's got to be some posted signage.
Well,
That's true.
I think the posted signage is there's
did we
literally
kind
a
of
dead
just question? Did we walk past the whole chaotic evil thing where Gamdar was either lying or he was, or I'm under an illusionist spell in order to make me look not good?
Interesting
I don't think we've
question.
dealt with that yet. Yeah.
Because
I
that
think
is
has-
actually that right there could blow this entire trial out. If somebody
I
is
could
interfering
cast
with
protection
the-
from evil.
All right, so let's. No, you can't. You're.
All right, then I will
You're
request
currently
it. Please
bound.
cast protection from evil on me, and then use the spell again. And I would like somebody other than Gamdar in case he is lying.
Get
Because I do not
Mazaz
trust
to
this.
do it. Can
This is-
Mazaz cast
yeah.
protection from evil?
I don't believe so, actually.
I mean,
but-
it says. I mean, I put it down here according to Mazaz. We made Grolius read a cursed book, and that was eyewitness testimony. So I'm
Oh,
not
we
sure
didn't-
about having an eyewitness.
No, he doesn't have eyewitness
No,
testimony.
he wasn't. He wasn't there in the Barrowmaze
oh.
with us.
Yeah. So
Yeah, literally, we
second-
just say, "Hey, a friend of ours got sucked up into this book."
It's secondhand.
And
So-
be careful.
So let's
Yeah, so that's unreliable.
move on. Let's go to the one count of public endangerment, namely bringing the skeletons back to town, which attacked the tavern, resulting in the death of 3 people.
We did defeat the skeletons, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I let a tiger out in a preschool and it mauled a couple kids, but I did put the
No,
tiger down.
a tiger followed me home from the zoo without my knowledge and killed a couple of preschoolers.
We fled. We were terrified for our lives, and we didn't expect them to come back.
That's right.
Gnarls is like, it's because we stole that item from their tomb that they followed us. Don't you guys remember?
My mouth clams shut.
Guilty.
Can we
plead the-
can we
I plead
get
the
this public
fifth.
endangerment charge? Like, can we plead that down to another Public Order Act violation? I mean, so we brought skeletons back to town. So they caused 3 people dying. I mean, we could try to.
Well,
plead
it's
that,
like, okay,
right?
it's like, let's imagine I went camping, right, in the woods. And, I caught some fish and I cooked them up and I ate them and delicious. And I drive home and a bear followed the scent of fish and then mauled a couple of people. Is that my fault? No,
No.
So let's.
it's not.
All right. So that clears up the manslaughter and the public endangerment.
Good.
All right. So we have
Not guilty.
2 counts of violent intimidation and extortion. So the merchants, Pernicious Ticklebottom, and the banker HHR Huffenpuff say that your group threatened to murder them if they did not accept your ill-gotten gains from the Barrowmaze and help launder money for you.
I'm profoundly confused.
Yeah, I don't remember this.
I don't know how to respond to this.
It doesn't sound like something we would do. I think we would make a persuasive argument, but I don't think we'd never threaten to murder anyone for
Yeah.
not doing. Excuse
Yeah,
me.
I don't know a valid defense for this.
Because
Other than we
it's
just
lying.
didn't do it.
Yeah.
Like, can you prove that we did that? Other than, I mean, they've accused us of it, fine, but you need actual substantive proof that we did it.
Yeah. Then we have one count of assault and battery on committed by Malachi on Pinky.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Benedict totally does not break out into nigger.
Yeah.
Guilty.
I mean, I did that one.
Can we
He
somehow-
deserved it. He deserved it. He broke a contract. Okay,
he broke a contract.
He ran away. He endangered our lives. Right. So I think we should call it even.
Can we plead self-defense on this?
He had it coming.
Self-defense?
The best legal
We-
defense ever.
Can we somehow plead
He is an oath breaker. He is an oath breaker. Does that mean nothing in this community?
All right. So guilty on that count.
No.
Can we try to at least plead down assault and battery to something else of a lesser charge?
Such as
Violent mischief.
Yeah, violent mischief, maybe.
He
Drunken
he left
disorderly-
us.
disorderly
He left
conduct,
us for
or-
dead. Haven't you seen The Revenant?
No.
Okay, well, man gets attacked by a bear. The other dude leaves him for dead. Leonardo DiCaprio tracks him across like 200 miles, and then basically the guy there says, the sheriff or I think it was the captain of a fort is like, yeah, you can run, and if he catches you, I didn't see nothing.
all right. So let's move on to the counts of necromancy.
I mean,
Sorry, it should
that guy wasn't even in our party when he did that.
He fled.
In fact, he snuck the corpse
would've
out
stopped-
without us knowing. So we
We
just
would have
literally,
stopped him if we had been aware, but
in fact,
unfortunately-
in character, we don't actually know what happened to Little B, do we?
yeah,
It's
no,
just
no,
gone.
we don't.
well.
Well, we would know that the mummification stuff was stolen, right?
Yeah.
From the party stuff. So we might have been able to come to some conclusion. We knew that he believed that his wife was the Iron Guard and all that sort of stuff.
All right. So firstly, we have. So it should be. I think I said 2. I meant 3 counts of necromancy. So firstly, we have Little B, right, who has fled to the north and has been raising the forces of the undead and causing quite a stir among the local populace, and is well known that, of course, he is a former member of your party.
Fucking elves.
So the second count of necromancy is Omar Mudpike.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
He was like that when we found him.
Yeah.
And the third count of necromancy is what the court is going to refer to as the Cool Ghouls incident.
Wait, how would they be aware of that?
Well, so
I couldn't take it. I had to tell about it. I was against it.
Oh,
when you guys
I see.
did it. I should have tried to stop you, but I apologize.
You were insane.
yeah, so
You were
the-
insane.
so-
I still
Let-
didn't want you
you-
to do it.
So the Cool Ghoul. So what happened was the Cool Ghouls went to a farmstead near Bogtown, killed 3 heads of cattle, and told the local farmer that they were, quote, the Cool Ghouls who were freed by Malachi and his buds.
That's
and
because
sent into the swamp.
it's morally repugnant to kill a sentient entity
And-
which is not attempting to harm you.
And they said that they were specifically recommended to go, to the service of a local witch.
Who told them to go to the witch? Somebody did. Did Malachi know about the witch? I don't remember.
I mean, I might have suggested it to you, to everybody, and then you might have said Malachi, or
Maybe.
I might have just directly suggested it. I don't remember.
Maybe. All right. So next time, so what the court is telling Malachi is that they would prefer that when faced with the moral dilemma to either not to kill or not to kill what appear to be harmless, innocent, sentient entities, just murder away. That's what you're telling him. I think the court should be ashamed of itself.
Can we plead down the killing of 3 farm animals from quote three ghouls? Can we plead that down to vandalism?
Yeah, I think that's
dismiss that
vandalism.
Can we plead that down
Also-
to vandalism or just dismiss it because of hearsay evidence?
Also, it's clearly not necromancy. We didn't perform any necromantic rites or rituals. We just encountered some things.
And you took control
And-
of the
and
undead
had a
and you directed them
conversation.
out into the wider world.
Well,
We
okay,
didn't
so
control
so Mr. Judge or whoever I'm talking to, if you asked me for directions and I told you where to go, and on the way you tripped and bruised your shin, have I assaulted you? No, that's inconsistent.
I mean, for the charge against Little B, we can dismiss that because he's no longer part of the party. For
Yeah,
the
that's
Cool
on his own
Goose incident, we could-
recognizance.
Yeah, he's on his own recognizance. We could, and that could be presumably dismissed based on hearsay evidence. We could plead the Cool Goose incident down to vandalism or reckless endangerment or something along those lines.
I think vandalism is fine. Don't give him any
Vandalism.
ideas.
Okay, we can plead them down to vandalism.
All right. So next we have a description of property. First was of course, the three heads of cattle, which we've discussed.
Oh, you can't double charge. That's double jeopardy. You
Yeah.
can't charge us for that.
I mean,
You
it's
to
part
pick
of the-
one.
It's part of the same deal. Anyway.
No.
Uh,
Well,
Then-
double jeopardy is you can't be convicted for the same
right.
charge
They're,
twice,
they're-
or you can't be.
right. If I
can't-
break into your home and then murder you, that is technically two different things, right? Like,
Yeah, it's breaking and entering, and but the evidence they're using to suggest that we are at fault for some kind of crime is the destruction of these cattle. If they had just wandered around, said hello, and kept going, then they by their own admission they would have no legal basis to charge us because they're just ghouls hanging out, right? So they're effectively charging us for necromancy because of the head
but
of
they believe-
these cattle being killed, and also because of property destruction because of these cows being killed. So you
but
can't do both.
they
Pick one.
also believe that you control the ghouls, so that's
They have to prove that.
Yeah, they have to prove that.
anyway. So
So we've got like what 4 charges that might maybe
next
we could argue.
Next, of course, right. Damage to the tavern, relating to the whole skeleton incident once again, which is a
Oh, yeah.
Didn't we pay for that?
Yeah, I think that we paid for that already.
Did you?
Yeah, we paid for that.
I don't believe.
Yeah, I remember you yelling at us for being assholes. You were like, "All right, we'll pay for it."
All right, I'll just say I forgot. As a minor charge, anyway. So then we have.
John Grisham makes it look hard.
So then we have 3 counts of beguilement and sorcement and unauthorized telepathy.
All right,
Counts
let's
of
hear it.
what?
Beguilement and sorcelment, as in sorcerers, and unauthorized telepathy.
Well, I'm sure they mean my charm spell.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, firstly, yes, we have Benedict's many attempts to quote mind whammy unquote random people in the tavern.
How would they know such a thing?
Malachi's just gonna slap
I
Benedict on the
play
back of the head.
music and I bring merriment, and to people who come up to me, I say hello. I pay for their drinks. Is that ensorcement?
So
Well,
Can we try to
the-
plead that down to drunk and disorderly?
That's
then
not even.
then we have the testimony of Murda, who says that
oh, murder.
you had regularly been trying to mind control both bar patrons and her, including including some nonsense about a dragon.
I was flirting with her. I'm sorry if you
Murder's
didn't-
evil, though.
So, and then of course we have the testimony of the hand who intercepted one of your unauthorized telepathy attempts, mind reading attempts.
I'm sure we can dismiss all of this as hearsay evidence, or we could just plead this down to antisocial behavior crimes or antisocial behavior.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, I think they would need to prove that Benedict actually intentionally used magic as it's one thing to be because he's right. Is it beguilement or ensorcement if it's like, hey baby, do you like my music? That's one thing. It's supposed to be like, I'm going to use a magic spell. Like, you'd actually have to prove that he deliberately used magic.
But they definitely
I
got
mean-
you on the telepathy one.
Yeah, because the
how-
hand is in service to the local lord, and they canceled out your mind reading with their own mind reading, but they of course have writ to do so.
Do we,
Uh,
how corrupt or how believable is the hand?
I mean, to
Well,
the
they
court,
allowed
they're
an
very
oathbreaker
believable.
onto their,
And
in their midst.
Oh fuck. Okay, never mind. I thought we could try to get out of this by claiming the hand is corrupt as fuck, but never mind.
No, they have the, what do they call it? The auspices of the local government.
all right, then we have 8 counts of vandalism. Apparently, according to the hand who has explored the Barrowmaze independently, the party has been putting up weird giant question marks all over the goddamn place.
It's blazing.
I mean, to be
I
fair,
don't-
this
Blazing.
vandalism charge, this could just be plead down to say a fucking ticket and us paying a fine. We don't have to go through a whole criminal court process for.
Yeah,
fucking
yeah, that's.
I
I mean,
think
that's
that-
graffiti.
And also, I don't think that we put question marks anywhere, so somebody
Oh.
else must be doing so.
That's true.
right.
You would have to prove that we did it.
The question marks. Like,
No,
hold on.
those are just on our map.
I'm being silly.
Okay. I was like, what?
I mean, all right.
That would be pretty
not-
cool if while you guys are breaking down the doors, Benedict was out there shoveling giant question marks.
It was aliens. No. Out of character. Out of character. We did make it embrace debt.
Yeah, but that's removing graffiti. So you know.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
All right, so
damn
we'll
it.
just drop that to 1 count of vandalism. How about that?
But what kind
Awesome.
of vandalism? What vandalism did we do?
Vandalizing the vandalism of embrace death.
But,
So
but
is
that's
this-
not vandalism.
So this 1 count of vandalism is this? Do we have to pay a fine or what? What's up?
Yeah, I mean,
So,
I think right now we're looking at a fairly hefty set of fines max, right?
Yeah,
Like
but
none of the murder and manslaughter. They're never gonna prove that.
Murder and manslaughter, we could just dismiss that as hearsay evidence. For trespassing,
Yeah.
grave robbing, we could just plead that down somehow and pay a fine. Extortion is hearsay. Assault and battery, we could just dismiss that as drunken disorderly.
And what was the condition of that one intercepted telepathy? Or was it you trying to mind control him? That's right.
Mm-hmm.
You did kind of do that one, Benedict.
Wait, sorry, which one?
Where you tried to mind control Thumb, was it?
no, it was a whole mind reading thing that you were
Or
doing.
mind reading, rather.
on the hand.
Yeah,
so we have one.
Yeah, but that would be on Gnarls, though we were participative in that, so we could get accessory to it if we're willing to just abandon Gnarls to that.
I mean, at this point, considering how Gnarls has betrayed us here most heartily, I would be willing to write an affidavit to the.
We did tell Gnarls, he needed to confess for his crime, so that's on us.
What crime?
The murder of that.
the one murder. Well,
You were aware of it then.
No.
he was
You
insane
said it
at
was
the
the
time.
first you've heard of it.
Okay, actually.
So,
Wait, no, you confessed to us. That's right. You confessed to us
no.
after you got cured, and then
So you're admitting that you knew about it then before today.
and then we conferred to you that you should confess.
all right. So
Wait, would that be accessory? I don't know.
next we have 1 count of obstruction of justice by trying to lie and mislead the hand in its investigation of the nonsense going around the Barrowmaze.
Did we straight up lie to them? When did that happen? I'm not saying we didn't do it. I just don't remember.
We didn't directly tell them. So in our encounter, essentially, I was like, let's trade information, but not actually be explicitive wherein I would admit any crimes. So it's very much a, well, if you were to go here, then I have heard that you might learn such and such.
Yeah, I feel like obstruction of justice is a tougher charge than that, because you'd have to prove that we like deliberately prevented them from doing something.
Yeah, and quite the opposite. I shared pretty substantial information with them.
I mean, you go to like a I don't know.
I
like a
simply
drug dealer
didn't.
who's-
I simply did not incriminate myself. I still
Yeah.
gave them information.
Exactly. You can't expect all of your sources to give up everything instantly because they have lives to protect too. So
You don't understand cops, do you?
I don't. I'm not.
Fucking cops. I don't say that in court.
Everybody, the rest of the party just take like a couple of shuffling steps away from Benedict.
Benedict just shows up on the fucking witness stand with a fucking t-shirt that says ACAB. All right. Next, we have money laundering.
Mhm.
And lastly, we have tax evasion.
All right, so money laundering. A lot of these charges, by the way, have to be levied individually, not at us as a group.
Yeah,
Look,
exactly.
I'm not gonna fucking have like 7 different fucking trials for each of your characters.
So I'm
just
not
saying.
too clear where we would get money laundering from.
So it is.
Through Huff and Puff, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so it is the testimony of Pernicious Ticklebottom and Huff and Puff that you essentially intimidated them into a money laundering operation so that you could avoid taxes on all the stuff you stole from the Barrowmaze.
Oh, wait, we intimidated them into a money laundering operation.
Yeah, where's your paperwork, huh?
Yeah.
Did they actually go through with said money laundering?
We didn't. I don't think we told him to money launder.
Yeah, we didn't tell them to do jack shit. We just sold stuff and put stuff in the bank. That is literally it.
It's one thing to say that
And if
we are charged with money laundering. It's another thing if the evidence and the eyewitness testimony
also,
says that we
when are
intimidated.
taxes due?
Yeah, exactly. We've only been here like what, a couple of months. Like we
Yeah.
gotta pay like first of all, we've definitely paid sales tax because that shit's included in the price. And the tax collector dude hasn't come around or anything. We haven't had nobody's asked us to file any paperwork. And aren't we from a different country?
I don't know if I am, probably, but
I'm pretty sure Malachi is.
Malachi definitely is.
But yeah.
Okay.
So how does that work?
are
I owe
tithes-
taxes in my original country. What does that? How's that work? What's the treaty work? Huh?
If tithes are legally required as they were back then there would be ground to stand on there. But Gnarls paid his tithes. We didn't.
Most of his religion.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What are tithes?
Tithes.
You pay 10% of your income. Tithe. T-I-T-H-E.
Oh, tithe.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you said tithes. Okay.
No.
Yeah, we've not seen any tax collectors, and I don't, unless you can show that we have in some way failed our duties in that term, then I don't see how this charge sticks.
Also, tax evasion. If they come to you and say, you owe us taxes, here's how much you owe us plus a fine, and you pay it, what do they care? Right? You gotta lose out on that and really try to evade taxes before they throw you in prison.
Yeah, well, at least for the IRS, how they do it is they have an IRS officer come after you, and they do civil enforcement shit before it actually reaches to the IRS Criminal Investigations Division.
Well, I mean, first they send you a letter.
Yeah.
Excuse me, you forgot to pay your taxes, and then here's your fine, and then you just pay it, or you set up a payment plan, and then you're fine.
There needs to be a series of progressive steps before the IRS criminal investigators get involved, and by then, well, you're already fucked.
Well,
because you've definitely deliberately attempted to avoid paying your taxes. So
yeah, I think for the tax evasion, we could try to put up some reasonable.
Well,
Here's the reasonable argument. We don't even know when taxes are due.
Yeah, you
And
have to
are we
charge us
also-
taxes before we can pay them.
Are
Exactly.
we also even citizens for us of this local municipality for us to even be eligible
Yeah.
to pay taxes?
All very interesting arguments.
So what charges do we think we actually legitimately are facing here?
So,
right?
so things you're probably legitimately guilty of: accessory to the murder of Shady Jim.
Shady Jim, yeah. Stan's standing next to us.
Yeah, so accessories to his murder. The tomb robbers probably could be IRL, be self-defense, but you got 4 people confessing against you, and
We could dismiss that as hearsay evidence and unreliable.
It
they
is
literally
hearsay. Yeah,
directly
these-
witnessed you do it. But so that's not exactly hearsay.
They attacked us first.
So
They did.
And so here's my hearsay. They attacked us first, and we defended ourselves.
And
let,
they
how many
threw
of us were-
fucking
let me get-
grenades at
let me
us.
let me
They
get through
threw,
this
threw
shit.
grenades at us.
Let's get through this, okay? So things you're definitely guilty of: accessory to the murder of Shady Jim, the 3 counts of manslaughter, which are probably more like reckless endangerment.
Yeah, really. Mhm.
The 26 counts of trespassing and grave robbing, definitely guilty.
Yeah. Mhm.
Public endangerment, definitely guilty.
Yeah.
Assault and battery, definitely guilty.
Mhm.
Cool goals, definitely guilty.
No, I
no,
push back on
We
that.
can plead that down. We can plead that down.
But probably
I'd
to a
push
lesser
back
degree
on
than full necromancy.
Okay.
Okay, to be fair, right?
The,
Of course, a dwarven god would not, have the grace and understanding to just immediately kill all, undead on sight. And I
perform-
trusted. No,
the spreading of dwarven religion is probably accidental, but and then you're definitely guilty at least on 1 count of telepathy, and you can basically put all of your other miscellaneous fucking around with the Barrowmaze and whatnot as 1 count of vandalism. Then obstruction of justice, that's kind of true. So
no, it's not. I contest.
the big thing, right? The thing that wouldn't just be the big things that wouldn't just be a fine are accessory to murder and manslaughter.
Accessory to murder and manslaughter.
Write it all down. So we're guilty of Jim Shady's murder, 3 counts of manslaughter, trespass and robbery, assault and battery. Cool goes instant, but we can plead that down. Spreading of dwarven religions, but we could plead that down. Telepathy count, we could just plead that down somehow.
Yep. So manslaughter, I
Vandal-
think we can.
I don't know how we could. Sorry, go ahead.
Manslaughter, I think. Reckless endangerment. We can get that down.
Yeah.
And accessory to murder, notably not murder, as a charge.
I was only accessory, man. Like, only accessory.
Well, also, I mean, I don't know.
All right, so I also did actually do some reading on medieval court procedure and justice. It is actually quite interesting. So, in medieval courts, in medieval Europe at the very least, physical evidence when it existed, which was very, very rarely, had almost no weight in court. The reason being, things like documents, most people can't read, and they can be easily forged. In fact, the thing that they put the most weight on in medieval courts was witness testimony.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
which ironically notoriously unreliable.
This is why I said at the beginning we're fucked, right?
Okay, I
had
was
to try.
okay. To be honest with you all, I was looking at this from a modern court perspective.
Oh, I mean, we all
I
were
was-
because that's more fun.
Yeah. So
Well, I knew from the very beginning that we were reaching here.
Oh yeah, no,
but-
I mean, look. This is. I mean, if you want to be really meta about it, this is the DM saying we're gonna have a trial scene.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, fuck. I was thinking, how can we plead all of this shit down
Yeah.
from a
So
modern court perspective?
Oh no, it's a kangaroo court.
yeah. So so
Well,
maybe-
and in worse, it's a kangaroo court wherein the crown itself is specifically
Yeah.
charging against us. This isn't us being technically it is us being charged by individual people.
yeah, you're being
but
charged by the
ultimately-
state, right?
Yes.
So-
yeah.
So in medieval time, so in Middle Ages Europe, right, they put a huge amount of emphasis on eyewitness testimony, under the idea that most people live in small, insulated communities, and so they would have the best understanding of the other people in their communities, and that having a witness testimony, right, actually testifying yourself in your own word, like puts it, right, it's giving stakes to something as opposed to, some written piece of nonsense, right, which isn't able to, put its honor on the line, so to speak.
It's fair.
And often the system was, as you might imagine, highly dysfunctional. Petty crime, like petty theft, for example, just completely ubiquitous in most medieval society, just all the time. And for local governments, right, the only two punishments that were sort of handed them down through tradition were either cutting off the hands of anyone who committed petty theft, or exiling them from the village. Of course, the problem with exiling petty thieves from the village, right, is then they go to the next village over, where they're now even more reliant on having to steal to survive. And so it basically turns into this whole round robin of villages exiling petty thieves to each other's communities. Which actually gives a pretty decent rationale for having thief as a class in D&D.
Yeah.
Would have been cheaper just to have welfare. But
I mean, in a sense, it still happens nowadays. I mean, they got a bunch of the homeless people. I mean, the homelessness is now treated as a crime. They ship them off over to Hawaii, and now it's their problem. And in some jurisdictions, I imagine the cops would just drop some dude off in another jurisdiction. It's like, here's your problem now. Good luck.
Yeah,
it's
that
a South
actually,
Park episode.
yeah, that also just actually happens all the time. Police will just be like, we're done dealing with whatever these this group of homeless people. Here's a bunch of bus tickets. Fuck off to the next city over.
Okay.
So that does happen. That's it turns out the modern systems of justice aren't that much better in some ways.
Oh,
Anyway, so the point is, right, under a reasonably historic system of medieval law, the question of your guilt really comes down to how much do the townspeople like you?
Yep.
Can we get a trial?
Can I have my instrument, please?
Yeah, I mean they should like Malachi okay. He's a bit of an obnoxious drunk, but he's basically harmless.
Is there such a thing as getting a trial in a new location because of the biasness of the
No, I don't think
pool?
so.
So
Can I get my instrument, please? I just want to play it for a little bit before the decision is made.
I am intrigued by the fact that the scan came back chaotic evil.
yeah, so
Yes, again, I want to follow up on
So-
that. The
so-
time it takes for it to change is one turn. So I would like to be put in a room with a trustworthy cleric and actually analyze there.
all right, so
Actually, can a cleric like Malachi even have cleric powers if he's evil?
So let's. He could worship an evil god secretly and just claim he worships the dwarven god.
Ah.
So, firstly, since Heretic hasn't spoken much, what does Gnarl's faux step have to say about the many crimes of Team Scam? Assuming he's here and didn't step away. Oh, he stepped away. I didn't see the mic. Anyway, well, let's go on to the other question then, which is.
I'm here. I forgot I was muted. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So first off, Johnny Bottomtree's gonna step forward and be like, "These guys hired me yesterday. They didn't even give me any money. I wasn't even able to afford a in-room last night. I had to sleep with the kitchen staff."
You volunteered to sleep with the kitchen staff.
Yes.
Actually,
They didn't pay me. I went on an adventure and risked my life for them, and they didn't even pay me.
Yeah.
And they kept talking about how many enemies they had the whole time. I like these.
Okay, yeah. Now that you mention it, we could get Johnny Bottomtree's charges, all of them dismissed because he wasn't even with the party when all of these.
Well, I don't
incidents
really
occurred.
give a crap about Johnny Bottomtree.
let him go. Let him go.
He's literally a Johnny come lately. Okay, leave him alone.
We
can
could
handle
literally.
I didn't even expect him to be on trial. Why is he even here?
he was just
Your Honor,
captured
we
with the
can
rest
dismiss.
of
Your Honor, we can have all these charges against Johnny Bottomtree dismissed. Because he's only
Great.
been with us for 18 hours at this point.
Yeah, would an evil party do that, Your Honor?
it. If they were letting him out to help you escape later.
Your Honor, he
Ask
is a
people in
short
the tavern. We met him yesterday.
Your Honor, this dude is short as fuck. How the hell can he be able to help us out? And he's got bells around his neck. How the fuck can he be able to break us out of prison?
Okay, so Johnny Bottomtree,
No offense.
he'll get like a couple weeks of community service.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay,
As
so
for
that's...
Gnarl's gonna step forward and be like, yes, we are guilty of most of the charges, and I put my trust
Oh,
in
no.
Saint
Boo.
Diego.
Boo, Gnarls. Boo.
The weight of the guilt is oppressive in my life. I
Boo.
wish the others would just tell the truth and set themselves free.
Boo.
Wait a minute, dude, you
Boo,
just
Gnarls.
killed the man!
The only crime that we are guilty of in this listing that's more than like reckless endangerment is, not being smart enough to realize what was going on with you.
Yeah, we're guilty of trusting our team member. God forbid.
So
Or fed.
Gnarls confesses to the crimes and throws the rest of the party under the bus. Now, the next question for all of you is there any NPC in town who likes you?
Alaron.
Valeron, right. That's kind of true. You
He
did.
might-
What's that? You cut out. I didn't.
Might like.
Kilroy said that
Kilroy
we
here.
cut out.
Oh, I think Kilroy might have cut out.
Yeah, I might.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, there I am. So I cut out.
welcome back.
Sorry. Say all that again. I'm sure it was very compelling.
All right, so
So-
my,
Yeah, go ahead.
but my point was Valeron may not like us for very good reasons, but he'll at least be honest about, our circumstances.
And for who in town likes us, do you mean like the town of Helix or the town of Ironguard Mod or both?
I mean, basically any NPCs who like you that are part of like the official like human civilization. Like obviously
I
the
call him
mon-
Father
Frankly,
Gamdar.
Gamdar is the one who determined that I was chaotic evil.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
Yes,
is
but I
either-
call on him to vouch for me because I make donations to Diego all the time. I
yeah, Gam.
talk with Gamdar.
Yeah, Gam.
actually the head of the church. I had good.
Yeah, Gamdar
discussion.
and the other clerics of Saint Yig say that Gnarls has donated so much money to the church. He's been such an upstanding member of the community, and he's
He
obvious.
did all that while he was insane, though.
And he's obviously been tricked and ensorcelled by this group of adventurers to get involved in all sorts of terrible crimes.
Gnarls falls to his knees weeping.
Let's see.
Where are
I'm
you
looking
falling
at
to your knees
people.
weeping? You're not the one facing the gallows, dude.
We would have had productive
I don't think we're going
relations
to the
with
gallows.
Karg. We would have had productive relations with Karg the Dwarf. We saved Valoron's life, though he, of course, doesn't like us historically. Let's see.
Malachi canonically spends most of evenings drinking with people in the tavern. He would
With his
be at
minus
least
one charisma.
Yeah, so he's obnoxious, but that doesn't make him bad.
So, as for people who definitely don't like you, we have Murda, we have the clerics of Saint Yig,
Murder who's evil, Saint Yig who are heretics.
we have Prothos Ironguard, the son of the Duke himself.
Yeah,
Olus
with
Blackfell.
that, we're not going to get out of it.
Olus
Yeah, well.
Blackfell, advisor to
I
the
don't-
son of the Duke.
Did we ever even meet that guy?
He was sort of in the background of like one scene, I think.
Yeah, he was in the background.
And of course, your former banker and artifact dealers, HHR Hufflepuff and Pernicious Ticklebottom, have both.
Yeah, who we've given a
Did
lot of money
various people
and are
yeah,
lying about us.
do the various people that I totally didn't mind whammy had good discussions with, bought drinks for. In fact, we bought drinks for the entire tavern some nights, right? Does nobody of them have anything good to say about us?
Probably a few with a little bits to say, being like, well, they're fun to drink with.
You know who might actually kind of like us?
Who?
At least somewhat? The mongrel men.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh
The
yeah,
mongrel men
the
dude's
mongrel
gonna be
men
in
definitely
Barrowmaze.
like you, and unfortunately,
Yeah, we can't. We
They're
can't
not part-
bring those up.
they're not part of this society. Anyway, so
You can't just say, well, let's pick of the people who might like you, only the people who don't like you. It seems one-sided, Judge.
anything else people want to put to submit to the court case before we reach final judgment?
Again, the whole question of alignment. I reject this thing. I would like to be put in a private place for 10 minutes because I believe that somebody has cast the spell False Aura or something related on me. Otherwise, of course, the Honorable Gamdar would be lying. So it's up to you, but I would like to be certain that I'm not being that this is not actually, some sort of kangaroo court wherein people are simply using spells on us in order to make us look guilty.
So do you want just Benedict detected for alignment or the whole party?
I mean, we could go for the whole
Might as well do
party.
the whole party, yeah.
If we
Yeah,
got
but
one.
but again, we need to be put in private and then have ideally separate priests determine our alignment.
An old priest and a young priest.
The power of Christ compels you.
I was gonna say, I've never seen that movie, and I still understand the reference.
I'm gonna be honest with you all. The first time I heard that was not from the Exorcist. It was actually from Austin Powers, with the dude spinning in the chair.
Well, yeah. Yeah, we do need but who's gonna test us though? I guess I could call for someone to go and get a another cleric of Thanedur.
Many weeks away.
Yeah, many weeks away, assuming we could trust them anyway. The person who goes.
All right. So they will alignment check you. You know, just to be sure. They're executing true vile villains.
Wait, how does this get up to execution?
Uh-huh.
Has that already been decided?
I mean, I always assumed that execution was always on the table, considering the murder charge, the manslaughter, well, reckless endangerment charge. Honestly, really, just the murder charge.
Well, the murder. We're not guilty of murder.
Well,
No,
I'm putting down here things we are guilty of
accessory.
is Jim Shady's murder.
Accessory to murder.
Accessory to murder. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
And no, this is I mean, the fix is in, man. It's a fait accompli. It's done.
yeah. So the Yig clerics do their work, and when you know it, all comes back chaotic evil.
Chaotic, right?
Dude, we get put away for 10 minutes.
Yes.
Out. Okay.
So they're
And
either there's something else going on. You know, there's an external factor, or they're fucking lying.
Yeah, they're fucking lying.
Fucking Yigists.
your own.
We already knew that the Court of Iron Guard was associated with what do you call it?
Evil.
Your own companion confessed against you, along with the word of the Duke's son, and a number of high-profile merchants. So the party is going to be sentenced to, and of course, you've been detected as chaotic evil by the official church. So the whole party is going to be sentenced to execution, except for Gnarls, who's acquitted on basis of insanity and for cooperation with the court, and Johnny Bottomtree, who's going to be held just until after your execution, and then sentenced to
Community service.
community service. Yes.
Wait, Benedict, can you plead an insanity offense also?
How could I?
Also, here's the thing. The only way they know for sure he was insane is because Malachi cured him of his insanity. Does that sound like an evil thing to
Thank
do?
you for admitting.
Yeah. So
No, the judgment is already rendered. That makes it a retroactive fucking corruption is what it is.
anyway.
All right, move on with the inevitable.
All right. So
The scene. Let's do it.
So let's. You're held for several days in the tower dungeon. Actually, just a prison cell, which is
A
above.
tower dungeon.
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
yeah, it's a prison cell that's above ground. I'm sorry, I got so D&D the brain. It's like, yeah, flying object can
I
be
get
a
it.
dungeon.
Yeah.
It's like, well, a dungeon specifically underground. Anything can be a dungeon. A tree can be a dungeon. Anyway.
Yes.
So how were we sentenced to be executed?
What do you think would be a fun way to get executed?
I mean, I
Something
just
magical. Something magical.
Left to
Personally, I
wander
just-
in the desert.
Personally, I just prefer the tried and true method of hung by the neck until dead. It's boring, but at least it works.
So Gnarls gets released, right?
Yeah. Oh, this is released.
Yeah.
So okay, hold on.
Fly
So
up,
they
like
assume.
there a window in the prison cell area?
So they would assume that we are powerful necromancers, or potentially, right? So what kind of death would make sure that we can't be recovered as necromancers or as a lich or something like that? That would make sense for them, right?
Well,
They accuse us of being necromancers. So
The accuse us of necromancy.
yeah. So they should.
We don't have to necessarily be necromancers.
So they should obviously be, taking measures to stop us from
Same team.
potentially resurrecting ourselves.
Same team.
I mean,
Sorry?
didn't we plead down the necromancy charge to vandalism?
No, we didn't.
You know the
It
the
doesn't matter.
possibility of you coming back to life is a serious one, so they're gonna burn you at the stake.
See, I told you, same team. Same team, man.
All three of us at
Why
the
you don't
same
talk?
time? All three of us at the same time, or is it
There's
just
how many
three
of us are there?
separate?
Well,
There's
one,
us
two,
three and
4, 5.
Stan.
There's
There's 5.
so minus Johnny Bottom Tree, so that would just be 4 of you. Yeah, they can
Okay.
burn 4 of you at the same time.
Yeah.
Four of us.
Is there a window in their prison cell?
Yeah.
Yes.
Johnny Bottom Tree is doing community service, so I'm confused by the 4.
It's Malachi, Benedict, Garrus, and Stan.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
that's
or,
not-
yeah.
So
And
Gnarls
of
wants
course,
to
we're
fly
being
up.
very quiet about Jim Shady. Did they bring up Jim Shady at all?
They think we killed him, I think.
Yeah, they brought up Jim Shady. As
Okay. If they think we killed him, then that's all right.
All right. So
So fucking Gnarls is flying up to see us.
No, not actually. So
Oh.
the day. So what do your thoughts turn to at your coming execution?
Oh, Malachi is
Well-
praying to Thandor.
And Benedict.
He is regretting not getting his dragon.
I just stare up at the ceiling, try to think about nothing when my mind is actually on how horribly I'm gonna die in the next few hours.
Anyway, so your execution does get slightly delayed by a couple days by bad weather, rain specifically. And on the night of when you were supposed to be executed originally, you look out your prison window off to the west and see a glow on the horizon and smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And it's right then when a metal raven perches at your window.
Metal Raven.
Yeah, it's like almost like it's like a living steel raven.
Lore fail.
Raven, huh?
I don't remember anything to do with ravens.
Would any of us know what this is?
Metal Raven?
You could probably hazard a strange guess, but you wouldn't know.
Okay.
Yes, metal raven. And it's
Metal Raven.
Metal raven. Fox Doge. Metal Gear's ear mentions aside, and also like oh yeah, I forgot to ask, how's Johnny Bottom Tree feeling about hanging out in the cell, waiting for the execution of the rest of the guys to get out by himself?
Yeah, he's like, well, I'm really sorry, guys, but I mean, I didn't do all them crimes. You committed.
Wait,
and
hang on, I
and
thought you were going
Gnarls
to be-
isn't being executed alongside us, right?
No, Gnarls is gone.
Okay.
Anyway, so the metal raven comes.
Wait, hang on, I thought you were doing community service. What are you doing here on a different side?
He's, after we get out,
Yeah, they're holding.
Oh.
he's gonna.
Just in case he
I
tries
tried
to.
to, I tried to break you guys out, but they won't let me go. So,
Yeah. So the metal raven comes and perches, and it opens its mouth, and its mouth doesn't move, but a voice comes out of it that is, that is somewhat familiar, and it says, think I'd like, I've come to negotiate a mutual cooperation to seek revenge on a mutual foe.
Who do we recognize this as?
It is the it is the man whose cult you ruined, Charles Fostep.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
No, he
The
ain't,
enemy is my
but-
enemy is my enemy's enemy.
Yeah, but
Nothing more, nothing
we
less.
might be able to come to a temporary arrangement.
That's so
You
Well,
know,
it's better than dying.
So,
Yeah, and we also have to. We need to recover the orb of law, and we need to frickin' take care of the cult of Orcus too.
I see.
What does
I see his manipulations got you too.
what does
What
Thandor...
manipulations? Are you claiming that Gnarls had greater plans?
Look and see, what he's up to as we speak, and its eyes sort of start to project an image out, and it
That's
is,
pretty cool, actually.
and it is an image of an unholy horde of Orcus cultists and trolls and bugbears and mudmen laying waste in fire and putting to the torch the town of Helix.
So he was an Orcus asshole the whole time.
Led
huh?
by
I called it.
none other than Gnarls Fostep.
I called it. I
That-
called it.
Son of a bi-
And at his
So-
side in black armor, Gamdar.
Oh. Okay. So he was
Interesting.
simply lying. So Gamdar,
Well-
yeah, Gamdar is in fact G.
How does this
Ex-
square with the fact that he was insane?
Oh, that was just accidental.
So okay, his insanity did nothing effectively.
It did do
No,
something.
I was against Set. Yeah, I was against Set, and
Yeah.
I just got even more insane against Set.
Yeah, he got more insane against Set, and he also started getting a bunch of false positives about Imperax.
Oh right, okay. Okay.
So it did affect some things. So, as it turns out, Gnarls Fostep, acolyte of Orcus the whole time, evil the whole time, was the reason why the prospectors got killed the whole time.
So wait,
He is
so when Malachi read his alignment after he was no longer insane,
he has
that was an illusion.
he has an amulet of false alignment.
Oh.
Dirty son of a bitch.
Wow.
It's an obscure item, but it's a D&D thing.
I called it. I knew it the entire time. You guys called me mad.
You kept
Wait,
saying
what-
he's an illusionist.
In our
You
defense,
called
you
me
had
mad.
in our defense, you were kind of an asshole about it.
Yes.
You called me mad.
Vindicated at last.
Vindicated.
Do I get any? Okay, so there's a lawful good.
I demand. I demand like inspiration or something.
It's 3 editions too late, too early, or too late. I don't know. So I know what I want to do as a player. As a lawful good character, Malachi is faced with the choice of not bringing down evil and remaining in a lawful prison, or escaping from
it's not
prison and bringing
lawful.
down great
But
evil.
he's-
Remember that we have determined that the.
But he was not
Gamdar.
imprisoned lawfully, so you're
Oh, that's
cool.
true.
So, firstly, thank you very much, Heretic, for helping me set all that up.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Chumps.
Hey, now you have an intimate connection with the villain of the story.
There we go. That's what I like
So,
Does Charles ask us if we want to join him?
one moment. So what reward would befit Benedict Germain for Damon dutifully going
Me
through?
being able to keep my notes, because I'm sure they will have seized all my notes.
Sure. I mean, that's sort of a metatextual thing, but sure, you keep your notes. Okay, how about this as a reward for Benedict Germain for madly figuring out the mystery, but not quite murdering Gnarls in his sleep like he probably should have in retrospect.
I just wanted to know who G was.
All right, so how about 10,000 experience points
Whoa.
for Benedict, and your Bard lore now has a 3 in 6 chance of success.
Holy shit, I will take it. Holy shit.
You're
I can
15%
actually
less
learn
shitty.
stuff. I can actually know stuff. Oh my god.
Benedict Germain, world's
Remember,
first
it is
detective.
20%. What is it? 6.
And I
you know,
fail.
15%. Yeah. Well, you still says 2 in 6 chance.
So
No, that's just the description.
Yeah, that's just the description. I increased the threshold.
yeah,
I see.
so that was fun. Anyway, so the town of Felix now burns. You're in prison. And Charles Fostep is now willing to negotiate with you.
Benedict is a good guy, but at the same time, he's willing to put some things aside. He's willing to mind whammy people in order to question them for the greater good as he deems it. He's willing to keep quiet about things. You know, he's willing to set things aside for what he deems the long term. He is willing to go with Charles, but only with the intent of long term betraying him. But he's not going to say that. We have a mutual foe.
I mean, Charles is evil enough that, mutual betrayal is just sort of accepted as a given.
Yes, exactly.
All right. So Charles is looking forward to your future cooperation, and your ticket out of here is coming around the corner. As you hear footsteps coming out from outside the jail cell, and a guard opens up your cell and removes his helmet, and it's none other than Jim Shady.
Yay!
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, were you always in cahoots with Charles, or?
No, what the hell's the deal with the metal raven there?
Oh, so wait.
Jim Shady was gonna save you anyway.
Yeah, but how did he get wind? Did he get wind that this? How did that happen? How did he know to leave us before any of this even happened?
Where the hell's Ranger Rex?
So what happened was, when Gnarls fled the group, Richard and Mortimer, along with some acolytes of Orcus, cast silence on Jim Shady's room.
Shit, Mortimer was an acolyte of Arcus.
Yep. Which,
No wonder you rolled too many 20s.
fortunately, Jim Shady happened to be awake and noticed the silence, and was ready when Richard kicked in his door and tried to murder him. This led to a scuffle where Jim Shady ended up jumping out the window with the Orb of Law. And running off into the wilderness, trying to escape his cultist attackers. By the time he could secret the Orb of Law away in a place that was safe, you'd already all been captured and were on trial and such. So he just waited for a good opportunity to come and bust you out.
I grab his hand, shake it profusely, and say, "You are a man amongst men, Jim Shady. You are a man amongst men."
Malachi goes up to Jim and kind of doesn't give him the side eye, but just looks at him and goes, "Do you have my hammer?"
Yes, he actually has all of your shit minus your gold.
Fair enough.
He's
I
like,
just
what
give
is
him a-
what is gold? What is gold next to the loyalty of a dear friend?
No, wait. The
He
riddle is steel.
claps him on the shoulder,
The
and
riddle
takes
is
his hammer
steel.
back.
What is steel compared to?
I know the riddle of steel,
Yeah.
not the riddle of steel.
What's the riddle of steel?
Have you watched Conan the Barbarian?
No,
So-
I don't think so.
Wow. Okay.
So, Gnarls, Faux Step, Traitor, Jim Shady, 80, Real Bro. That's the lesson here today. Anyway,
There in the text. It's actually a very good scene.
Oh, Conan the Barbarian was a cartoon.
no,
No,
Yeah, it's
It was, but it was
lots
also-
of different
I mean,
things.
not this. What we're talking about.
Oh, okay.
there was weirdly a Conan the Barbarian TV show. Oh, that was animated for kids, but that's really weird. Originally, it was a series of books, and it was also adapted.
It actually takes place in H.P. Lovecraft setting. Cthulhu Mythos.
Sort of.
I don't know about that.
And that cartoon is apparently called Conan the Adventurer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think that's where I got mixed up.
Yeah. Anyway,
'Cause I thought you
So-
guys were talking about a cartoon.
so Jim Shady is like, okay, here's your shit. I don't know what's up with the Metal Raven. Let's get out of here, boys.
Right. You never ask.
All right. What's Johnny Bomb Tree? Is Johnny coming with us, or do you want out?
Yeah. Well, but I mean, can you guys say you took me hostage in case you get caught?
No,
No.
No,
That
dude,
doesn't
we're
work.
already up Schitt's Creek without a paddle.
Well, I mean, I'm not getting executed.
Yeah, exactly. So it's up to you.
I don't know, Heretic. You got a third character?
Look, all you
All right,
gotta
he's
get
gonna, he's gonna stuff cloth into his bells and he'll follow you.
All right.
All right. Okay.
all right, awesome.
Without us actually telling him anything about what it is that we're doing, really, I don't think that we actually.
Yeah, he totally lacks context for everything that's happening.
Exactly.
It's like a bird flies up. The bird's made of metal. It speaks with Charles Footsteps' voice, and we're like, "Oh, it's you." And he's like, "Who?" And it's like, "Oh, it's the brother of the guy who just testified against us, who was actually evil the whole time."
and also he's
It's like, I
and
met
also,
you yesterday.
and also this brother is also evil, and we killed a bunch of his guys, but we're kind of cool now. But
Like, no, we're not.
Right.
We're not cool. We're not cool. I want to be clear about that. Not
Yeah.
cool.
I said kind of.
It's a temporary partnership until we betray him or he betrays us. It really is
Look,
gonna be
I wouldn't even call it that far. Let me put it this way: Jim Shady saved us. He's cool. We want to kill Gnarls for being evil. Charles wants to kill Gnarls for some reason, sibling rivalry, I guess. Those
Because they
happen
are-
to align.
They also, the Call of Orcus and Set, have a long sibling rivalry themselves.
Yes, it's almost
I
like
should've
there's
seen it.
foreshadowing.
I should have seen it.
That's the best
I
part about
told you
foreshadowing.
all.
You don't see it until the end.
Yeah, it's almost like I put.
Yeah.
I get paid eventually, right?
It's almost like I put thought into how I set this all up.
Yeah, yeah. This is the great thing about DMing is, oh, it definitely intended that the whole time. But yeah, we're just going and we're walking down the same path as Charles. That's all.
Yeah.
We happen to be on the road at the same time.
Anyway,
And we'll kill him at the end of it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna cave his skull in with a hammer.
Wait,
You can have Gnarls,
so
even though he
Yeah,
betrayed us
Benedict
all.
will be keen on getting some vengeance on that end.
So, Jim M. Shady. So you escape with Jim Shady off into the wilderness. He's able to recover the Orb of Law from basically behind some bush. Like, he didn't have many options.
So
Mhm.
wait, So when we were going through the ziggurat, we literally just provoked and massacred a bunch of frog people on their
We were
false
saving-
justification.
Yeah, we saved Valoron.
Yeah, that
the
was
frog
Valoron.
people are
Yeah.
frog people kidnap people and then kill them and then
Yeah, that was
breed more.
yeah, that was also foreshadowed really early with one of the rumors you heard.
Yes.
I heard that rumor of
Frogmen
my cousin
kept-
got turned into a frog. Did he get better? No. Fucking, you don't appreciate me.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
You're
That's
also
fair.
Plot hooks.
fucking ignoring my plot hooks. Anyway. So Jim Shady suggests that you go into that you all seek refuge with the mongrel men.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
You know, we have pretty good relations. Of course, we're no longer going to be able to smuggle stuff to them, but we also freed their king.
And we don't
And
have any
he-
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't have any money. So you go off into the swamps to eventually get to the mongrel man village. The mongrel men will receive you, and quite gladly.
Good.
They have vacated their forward post in the Barrowmaze for now.
Oh, I had no idea that they had an above ground
Yeah,
thing.
they're
Okay.
they're there mostly to search for their king who'd been kidnapped.
Gotcha.
So their
Well, we
king,
rescued their king, right?
yeah. So the king Crabclaw is very gracious, is very thankful to you all. And he's heard news of the sacking of the town of Helix. See, it seems like you're in great trouble.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
I mean, it's not our town. Nobody there liked us.
I mean, I still feel like we should visit Helix to see what remains and if there's
I
anything
mean,
else.
we are morally obliged to do so.
Yeah. So
Just because Malachi is lawful good doesn't mean he's lawful stupid.
So the mongrel
If we
man.
go there, it's associated with the event.
What was that?
If we go to Helix, we may become if we're witnessed by Iron Mont guards, then we might become associated with the event.
Oh yeah, they might think you did it somehow.
Yeah, on the night we escaped, Helix got sacked, and then they see us there the next day, poking through the rubble. You know, it's probably not a good idea to go there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
yeah.
didn't do it. We're just here poking around after we escaped prison.
Yeah.
After
Okay.
he
Now
escaped.
now that you mention it, okay. Yeah, that sounds really suspect. I was thinking about it from the perspective of go to Helix, see what evidence there might be, see if there's any survivors or anything we could pillage.
Well, I mean, we don't have to go tomorrow.
Okay.
We should probably show up eventually.
So I have a question. Did the people that went and testified against us, did they get back before or after?
There were several days for them to return to town, so you assume a lot of them were back in Helix at that point.
Gotcha.
And they were all slaughtered. Holy crap.
Yeah.
L.
So the starting town.
Bozos.
So the starting town is no longer in existence. So the mongrel man king has his own proposal for you. So firstly, he's very thankful for rescuing him and his people. He recognizes, of course, that you're in need of a certain amount of material support for your future operations. And he has certain interests in how those operations go. The mongrel men would like you to basically eliminate the other factions of the Barrowmaze, so that they can basically reclaim their ancestral territory.
And how many
So-
other adversarial factions or
The
adversarial...
gargoyles, the witch and her ghouls,
Harpies?
the
Yes.
harpies, and I think that there's one more.
So, what they would like you to... So, let me just look that up exactly. So... Everyone at home gets to hear me pages. So then, so there's the acolytes of Orcus. There's the gargoyles. There's Griselda, the witch. There's the harpies. And then there's the remnants of Nurgle's power. So they would like you to eliminate the Orcus people, eliminate the gargoyles, eliminate the harpies, get rid of the witch, close the pit of chaos, and then destroy the tablet of chaos.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, all right,
everything
that
that we're
sounds
willing
good.
to do. Yeah.
Especially
and-
like we don't know if the witch is evil, so I like not having to kill her if we don't have to.
And
I think that the witch is pretty definitely evil. We were
And-
told.
And in return, right, there's two witches in the setting, right? This is one of the, which is slightly confusing. There's one near Bogtown, and there's one in the Barrowmaze.
The nice thing is we only have word that the Cool Ghouls killed some cows.
Yeah.
We don't have
they're
any word that
cool.
they did anything else that was evil. Though apparently, Lil B has gone off, and he went to north.
Yeah.
Right.
He's off the map. Don't worry about him.
Oh, he's off the map. Okay. So he did not go to the witch to learn or something like that.
In addition, right to all that, the mongrel men, in return for their support and whatnot, would like a share of the dragon's treasure.
Okay.
You know that the dragon's treasure is still there?
Yes.
I mean, if it's not,
If we
then nobody
find
gets
it, then absolutely you may have a share.
Yeah, I'm gonna Malachi is gonna elbow Benedict in the side because I believe Benedict is what, true neutral or neutral good or something like that, and go, "We promise."
Yeah. So
Again, we
So-
thought that the horde was lost.
to be clear, so firstly, they would, so for gameplay purposes, you get all the XP for this, but like materially, the mongrel men want half the gold of the dragon's treasure. For
Fine.
helping you.
Okay.
Okay.
Malachi
Half the
agrees
gold,
immediately.
half the gold, right?
Yes.
Half the treasure.
Yeah.
Well, there might be magic items in there.
Yeah.
Who
So
has
you keep the magic
first?
items. They don't care about that.
Okay.
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 That's fine.
More than fair, I think.
Is it
Yeah.
just the gold, or is it like gold's weapons?
It's the-
and...
It's
the horde of a dragon.
the non-magical
Yeah.
treasure.
Okay.
It's a
Fine.
dragon sword. They pick up literally anything that interests them, and then they hoard it.
Yeah. Malachi has relatively little use for gold beyond whatever is necessary to maintain his relatively simplistic lifestyle.
I thought that he wanted to make a church or whatever, the town.
Yeah, well, that's really not going to happen around here now, is it?
Oh, we need to
Yeah.
replace the thing, right?
Well, I
town
mean,
Felix.
the local government is against us for various reasons, and I frankly,
Hopefully,
I'm
we'll
not
fix
sure
that.
these people deserve the light and grace and guidance of Thaindor. So,
I mean, to be fair, they received the opposite. They received fire and horrible
from Thaindor,
slaughter. Well, I mean, I was referring to the town of Helix.
not from Thaindor. That was from
So-
fucking Set and Orcus and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
so-
trying to make it. Never mind.
Okay, so the mongrel men are happy about that, and they're willing to lend you some manpower if you need it. So, firstly, since you don't have a proper caster in the party, they're willing to basically give you
Thank goodness.
one of their spellcasters as a retainer, and
Yes, please.
you can spend money to essentially get additional mongrel men retainers if need be, but they have no real good way of rejuvenating manpower if you lose any.
That was at Bogtown also, right?
There is Bogtown, which you might be able to skulk around in to some degree.
Yeah, we have to just get some disguises and stuff.
Yeah. Of course, right, Johnny Bottomtree might have more ease doing that since he's less recognized.
Yeah, I'll switch up my. I'll lose the bells and the basket, and the quit eating cheese in public.
My excellent disguise puts down the wheel of cheese he's carrying. Nobody will recognize me. All right, so the mongrel men are happy about that situation. Now for Charles Fostep, who interacts with you through the medium of his metal raven.
Bird.
Bird. So, guys, what's the plan for killing my brother?
Well, first of all, we got to know where he is.
Yeah, we have to also know how many people, how many defenses, and what type of defenses he has.
And we need to know what he is after.
Well, what he's after...
Clearly, they were after the... No, I'm not going to say it out loud. I'll let him tell me.
So, he was after the same thing I was after, which is the Tablet of Chaos. So the last remnant of Nurgle's power. Which, if possessed by either Orcus or Set, would elevate them to the true god of undeath. Uncontested. As well as having a bunch of other powers upon whoever possesses the tablet. That was his primary goal, in addition to eliminating my cult, who, was competing for it. In his service, he, of course, has the mini cultists of Orcus. He has, as a tribe of trolls, he has the remnants of the bugbear mercenaries that I had hired and you had mostly slaughtered. He has he has a group of mudmen he apparently somehow became the king of.
Yeah, we never took that crown from him.
As well as, whatever demons or whatever they can manage to summon.
Is it just me, or does his cult sound a little bit more powerful than yours did?
Well, it's definitely more powerful now that you helped them a whole bunch.
Yeah, that was...
Where exactly has the cult of Orcus been within the Barrowmaze?
In the southeastern section.
Whose idea was it to cease? Well, actually, it's Kilroy's to cease investigating to the southeast and start investigating to the north to actually get rid of or to deal with the pit of chaos.
Actually,
Okay.
Gnarls did also do some push away from that area also.
Yeah. So Gnarls did suggest essentially paths that led you away from the hidings of the acolytes of Orcus.
Gotcha.
So, as for what Charles got, he's still a high-level old magic user. He has a couple of the old steel skeletons and some undead still in his service. He has one incredibly valuable sarcophagus.
Wait.
And of course, he also knows where there could be some possibly helpful undead to your cause.
What, the Ghouls?
No, much more powerful.
Oh.
Griselda?
Have you ever heard of Lord Vargulis?
Yes, his name came up.
Yes. So, Lord Vargulis was one of the great warriors of Nurgle, who is a Death Knight. And he's entombed along with a small army in the Barrowmaze.
Death Knight sounds
The
impressive.
Hand asked us about him.
Yeah. So my suggestion is, as Charles Fostep, is you should... It might be a prudent idea to unleash Lord Vargulis and his small army so he can fight the Orcus people.
Please allow me to confer with my allies in private. Thank you. Are All right,
What
so
about our eternal souls? If we
How?
no, it's not really that. So we of course should always be worried about that. It's more the question of how much can we afford to empower Charles, because this guy will, of course, continue to.
Continue to what? Or did I just lag out?
Carl.
He's
Um,
really.
or-
He's
Sorry for everyone on stream, if you can even hear me.
Charles's
I'm back.
force. Welcome back. If we exhaust Charles's forces on Gnarles's forces, then there's no problem on that end. The question is if we are empowering one side over the other.
Also, something you would probably ask later, and I will just clarify now. The forces of Lord Vargulis would not be under the command of Charles Fostep. Vargulis is an intelligent undead that would independently lead it.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
they share the same goal, but
Yeah,
you know how this works.
we would be
do they
trading.
support the same goal? Because he's with Nurgle and
Yeah, so Lord
Charles
Vargulis.
is with Sith.
Yeah, so as a
Oh, true.
so
you're
Vargulis is
right.
interested in protecting the tablet, not attaining
And not letting anybody get it.
it. Correct.
So then, why would Charles be so interested in us teaming up with the?
Well, maybe they could blunt each other. God damn it. Also, why the hell does the
Charles-
music completely...
Well, so saying all with Charles care.
Do-do-do-do. I hope this is getting captured on stream at the very least. Do-do-do-do. It is. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, metagaming wise, I know what a Death Knight can do, and it's pretty insane.
Alright, I'm back.
I actually don't. But maybe my lore will tell me. Tell
Oh
me,
yeah,
Death
we'll see
Knight.
it, dude. We'll see your new upgraded lordship.
Success.
Nice.
Nice.
Alright, you can feel free to exposit about what a Death Knight does.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh lord.
I was telling that to
Okay.
Heretic, although it's funny telling
Oh,
it.
Yeah, he can cast fireball, protection from good, and all kind of other crazy shit.
So he's like a magic caster?
He's like a
He's
Gish.
like he's like a destroyer of adventurers.
I see. And would we know how to fight against such a creature other than raw power?
50-gallon barrels of holy water. I mean, like usually when a party goes up against a Death Knight, there's a good chance that a couple of them aren't walking away.
Yeah, and imagine how much damage he'd do to Gnarls and his whole operation.
Yeah, but the question is what happens after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Plus,
I'm
plus they're
skeptical of the Death
intelligent,
Knight
so
thing.
they might have like an idea about like he might be bent on dominating the factions and bending them to his will. You know what I mean? Like these guys, they're intelligent too. You know what I mean? They're crazy smart.
Yeah. So
I mean,
Hmm.
I mean, how far are we willing to go to defeat evil with evil?
That is a fantastic and fascinating question, to which there is no strict answer.
Yeah.
is-
Again, if we,
which is why it's
it
such a good
really just is
RP conundrum.
Plus, we probably have to worry about Gnarl's allying with these other factions because like he picked up the
Actually,
bugbears and the mudmen. This guy's smart. You know what I mean?
so I have a question. Why would this Death Knight help us?
Uh,
He wouldn't.
When would he help Gnarls if Gnarls awoke him?
no, he wouldn't. Uh, the Death Knight is an intelligent undead who serves Nurgle, who is devoted to protecting the Tablet of Chaos from anyone who wants to attain it, including Gnarls, whose stated objective is to possess the Tablet of Chaos.
We kind of want it in order to destroy
Yeah,
it.
we have to
So-
destroy it.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
that is also true, right? If the Death Knight comes out on top of that conflict, right, you will have to fight whatever remains of his forces.
Or he might just decide, I'm going to kill you, and then because I can take Gnarls on my own.
Plus, he can
So
turn all of us into undead to follow in his learning.
true, yes. I'm less confident about this.
Like to see how bad Charles wants to betray us, we should find out what order he wants us to. Like, does he want us to do like 6 different things and then activate the Death Knight? You know what I mean? Because then it would just be to eliminate us, probably. You know what I mean?
Okay, I will ask him, what would it take to awaken this Death Knight?
That's an excellent question. Let me look it up.
It's a good question. Yeah, no, RDP.
Huh? Sorry, what?
Oh, I'm sorry, Heretic. It's a good question.
What's the Death Knight's name again?
Lord
Lord
Vargulis.
Vargulis. He's in our
Vargulis.
people. He's in our people thing. We have written Lord Vargulis. The hand asked if we knew anything about this person. Chief Death Knight of Nurgle.
Yeah. And like, there's probably 0% chance of turning him because he's gonna be surrounded with lower hit dice undead. You know what I mean? And sometimes, boys, they ride nightmares.
Yep. He's pretty metal like that. So, Charles says all you have to do is go to his mound, enter the secret door, and then remove the lid to his coffin without actually touching it. Otherwise, it will drain you of all life.
Which mound would this be? Point it on the map for us, please.
Sure. Let me get you.
Yeah. And when should we do it?
He's pretty cool with now.
Oh,
So
wow.
this Death Knight, will it also like kill the witch and the ghouls and
Oh,
all
possibly.
the gargoyle? Possibly.
Yeah.
I'm
And that's
just
experience which we won't get.
yeah, and this just feels like playing with fire.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I think I gotta
It's
vote
like
no.
this is playing with splitting atoms. What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
So
It feels like we're pawns in this great battle, this great sibling rivalry. Honestly.
Well,
Yeah, we are. So
apparently we always were.
yeah, and let's not make it worse.
yeah, let's not make it worse by pointing that out. All right, so Lord Vargulis's forces are. I'll just take you to the mound map.
So he's buried with his army, is what this guy's telling us, right?
Yeah, he's buried next to his army actually. So it's
And
Is
how
it the
big his
white
army?
one?
so no that's where his army is. Lord Vargulis himself is buried in the one to the bottom. which I'll just note here on the map.
You
And how
know,
big is this army?
Well, it starts out with about 100 skeletons and 10 kryptonites.
Oh shit!
Then he has an additional 4 kryptonites as lieutenants. So that's 14 kryptonites and 100
Suicide. That's a suicide.
skeletons. Then, sorry, that's 50 skeletons and 50 zombies. So 50 zombies, 50 skeletons, 14 kryptonites, and then Lord Fargulis himself. And, he might make more.
Plus, he could potentially be riding a nightmare.
I think that this has far too much potential to just backfire.
Yeah. I feel like it's better to try the best we can without making horrible deals with, Satan. And if we fail, at least we failed nobly.
Well, it's making deals with
What about
Satan's worked out so well so far.
Actually,
about
why
the-
haven't you awoken him yet?
What?
oh,
Oh, Charles.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking to Malachi. Like, why the
Yeah.
fuck would Malachi do that?
Well,
Sorry.
he hadn't activated him originally because he had a whole fucking cult going on that Lord Vargulis would have fought against. So that's, of course, the reason why he didn't originally do it. And right now, he's trying to cooperate with you in a coordinated effort to kill his brother.
What about what about that bugbear colony? That bugbear captain, we just banished him away.
Yeah, he's working for the Arcus guys now.
Shit. Okay. I thought we could
Yeah,
get
well,
on our
that
side.
was, of course, going to be the case.
I don't know why you guys didn't kill him, but
Anyway, so,
I fucking said. Well, that I didn't say to kill the bugbears.
but well, let's
because
let
moral.
let's let bygones be bygones on that one. So that's
Let's give him a half share, guys.
so the party's a no for now on the Lord Vargulis question, correct?
No,
Yes.
this has
I'm not going
that
to
seems
participate in that because that's a death sentence.
this has the potential to backfire on us extensively.
But it'd be so fun.
Why don't we concentrate on some of these smaller factions?
All right, so Charles notes that there's another undead in the Barrowmaze that might also be of help, who is not Lord Vargulis and does not have a huge army. So you remember that way back when there was a contingent of paladins of Saint Yig who came to try to close the Pit of Chaos and all that such?
Mm-hmm.
One of them's still kicking around as an undead.
Oh. That would be very useful. I would love to talk to them and learn what they would have to say about their historic efforts.
So is he like a revenant that like he's still dedicated to his old cause or something?
Charles isn't terribly sure, but it might work out well.
Any chance for a lore check? Maybe I know something about
Oh,
the
lore
people,
check.
the individual people that were involved in this this endeavor.
All right.
Fair.
Ah,
It's a good try.
Yeah. Anyway, so let me note that mound on the map for you. That is all right. So
that sounds like much better. I mean, this guy doesn't have an army at least.
That's true,
And we
but
might get very useful information on actually finishing the job.
Rumbiga, we're if we do revive this guy, we're gonna use him to clear the Barrowmaze, right? Not go after Gnarls.
Well, I mean, they're both. I mean, they're
both.
Yeah,
almost
they're-
mutually inclusive things, right?
I mean,
yeah.
to be fair, this Revenant was a Saint Yug member, and Gnarls did donate to Saint Yug, to my understanding.
Gnarls
Yeah,
was
that's
faking.
it was a smoke screen,
Oh,
bro.
he was faking it.
Yeah,
Yeah, because Gamdar was his.
his
Yeah.
contact. He was funneling money back to the
I
Orcus.
was making you guys look bad the whole time, and you didn't even pick up on it.
So, yeah.
To be
so-
fair, Malachi wouldn't give a shit about what other religions do. They're all
Yeah,
inferior.
that's
Well, look who didn't get put up for execution is all I'm saying.
true.
Oh yeah, no, I can't imagine why somebody in collusion with the corrupt justice system wouldn't get put up for.
So here is the location of the undead paladin who might be of use.
I like that one. You guys like that one?
Yes,
These
I'm
were
in
the paladins
Wait,
who originally.
we wrote. Did we write undead? No, you wrote undead.
I wrote it, yeah.
Paladin. Okay. Yes,
So how-
I would be keen on going there.
How
said
far
this was
away
a-
is this
upside
from
down
Lord
question
Vargulis
mark
and his
there?
army?
One person at a time. RDP, what did he say?
How far away is this from Lord Vargulis and his undead army in reference to like the whole Barrowmaze?
Oh, it's like halfway across the map.
Oh, okay.
And Heretic?
I just wanted to put an upside down question mark there.
More
So we
fantasy.
would know what we're talking about.
You don't know something in Spanish. And you said this paladin, he's one of the ones who originally like sealed up the Barrowmaze before or something.
Attempted to, yes.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
It sounds like a powerful ally. In my book.
Now, you've not told us anything about this guy, if you happen to know anything about him, besides that he is an undead. How are you aware he is undead?
Charles has access to all sorts of divination magics and bullshit. And he's...
Ah, I see. Okay, fair enough.
A wizard did it, okay? That's the answer. And of course, he didn't go after it himself because, well, he doesn't want a fucking paladin in his fucking cult,
Yeah.
you know.
No, yeah, that's entirely understandable. Okay, let's go after this guy.
Yeah, that's my vote for next week.
All right, so...
Random question about Gnarls. Is he after Ironguard Mott next?
After what?
Ironguard Mott?
I don't know what you're saying.
Iron Guard mod.
Oh, Iron Guard mod.
Yeah.
You presume at this point this might turn into a more open warfare situation.
Okay. Because I'm like, if he already sacked Helix, we might, I don't know, warn the city that tried to kill us. But I mean,
No,
we'd probably
they're
be
gonna
killed anyway, so. Yeah.
You have to be insurgents at this point.
Yeah, you're basically part of an insurgency at this point with the mongrel.
We are
men.
attempting to stop a war.
Yeah. The most evil thing you could do
That's right.
for the economy.
And if Gnarls wipes out Iron Guard Mott, then there's no longer a death penalty on your guys' heads.
I don't know if that's for the case, but hopefully, yeah.
Probably just find some way to play
if
knock on this.
nobody's alive that remembers what you look like, you're probably okay. All you have to do is change your name.
Yeah, I'm not Malachi. I'm Malagai.
Also, you know, what do you call it? Benedict does have that enchantment on his instrument that allows him to cast Disguise Self or whatever it's called.
Alright, so you're going into Bogtown.
Yeah, no, yeah, it would make perfect sense for Benedict to be doing that sort of stuff. Besides, he's totally got experience with those sorts of seedy places because he was yeah, right, right, right.
What?
No, I'm making fun. Benedict would not know what to do with himself in such a place. He tries to what do you call it? Shoulder up with rich people and avoid bad
Rub
parts.
shoulders.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny Bottom Tree, as the name implies, Bottom Tree, he's, used to dealing with people from the lower end of the economic spectrum.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So
maybe
you
we can
disguise
work
yourself.
together.
Yeah, you and me can go in there and, do whatever we gotta do, buy stuff.
Sounds like a
For
plan.
attention.
Okay. So, do we want to awaken this guy now or later, or next session?
I mean, we got 50 minutes left in our session, so we could definitely do it now.
Okay,
Oh,
let's
wow.
do it now then.
Holy shit. I thought that more time had elapsed so that, yeah, I'm down.
No, it's just been so fucking intense with so many plot revelations.
Yeah, holy shit.
Like, this is the big mid-season turnaround, guys.
Turns out Malachi's vision was also completely correct.
What was your vision again?
I don't remember the details.
That we are ignoring Orcus while he circles, and we are party with a murderer and evil and stuff like that. That we have to cut it out in order to, in order to whatever.
Yeah, that was me dropping a hint to Lord Christmas.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Semi-didactic
I mean-
method.
I didn't know who else it could be other than Gnarls, who was the straight up murderer. But you do the alignment check and it comes back lawful good, and like, well, I guess it could be one of the retainers. I guess we'll just see what happens. Like,
Yeah,
well, we saw what happened.
Personally, I thought he was hosed after the fight in the Boulay, since you could deduce his role from there. But
there was
yeah.
some degree of
Yeah, it was.
okay.
We
I
were
was
uncertain,
like, hell, Malachi was straight out like, "I will freaking kill you."
Yeah.
And I'm surprised that he didn't.
Came close sometimes.
I
And
IRP'd that shit like a pro.
You did. I mean, okay, to break kayfabe, there's a meta level where you're like, you're really not supposed to attack other players.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I agree with that.
Right.
I
Like,
was,
play along with the story, but
and we could discuss like the many ways in which this was foreshadowed later. Anyway, so we want to do the mound
no,
thing.
it's collective storytelling for a reason.
Yeah.
You're not
Yep.
trying to win the game. You're trying to tell the story.
let's get this mound.
All right. So I shall. I shall elide some of the complexities of wilderness traversal for the sake of brevity. So you reach the forgotten mound of this paladin, and it's covered in dirt, and you dig it up. It's 30 by 30 feet wide. A skeleton wearing ancient rusted plate mail is chained to the back wall. He is kneeling on the floor, head down and motionless. His head is slouched forward. He wears a sword at his waist.
Okay. How do we awaken this guy without getting him to attack us immediately?
He's kneeled down, so
And his
I mean, he's pinned to the wall. I mean,
yeah, his arms. Are
I'll play some music and it'll be a waking up song. I don't know.
It's a
Play-
paladin, right?
play
Yeah.
like a gig.
So he's a hero of good.
yeah, originally.
I mean, he
I'd
You
sing
need
a
your
song of Saint Yig. I should know a hymn of Saint Yig. I'd start playing that.
Oh, yeah, is he a paladin of Yig?
Yes.
Yeah, they're all paladins
Okay.
of Yig.
Anyway,
Do you still mean?
the
Never mind.
the head turns up to look at you. It's one of its eye. I'll just show you the image. Although this is of him not chained up, but
In
you'll
Discord, right?
but you'll get the idea. No, it's going to be on roll 20.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
That's
He
pretty much
looks
exactly
like
what
a
I thought he looked like.
So one eye socket is filled with a ghostly sort of eye.
We know this
I
dude's name.
say.
He
Go ahead.
he lets loose a blood-curdling scream and shakes at his chains in frustration.
I say, are you intelligent? Can you speak?
You have a Scottish accent.
I can't do a Scottish accent. I would though. Yes, me lad. Many
All right, I will assume the Scottish accent.
many centuries ago, when in the clerics of Saint Yig, the god of righteousness, learned of Barrowmaze and the pit of chaos, they created a unique magic item called the Font of Law. They charged their most devout paladins, including myself, with the task of overthrowing the... I don't know if this is Irish or Scottish or whatever.
That's fine.
Throwing the font
Good combination.
onto the pit and closing it forever. Led by Sir Guy de Overnger, we fought our way through Nurgle's undead hordes. We were about to complete our great quest, and then I betrayed my fellow knights. Seduced by the promise of wealth and power, I, Echion, once a noble young paladin of St. Yig, lured my fellow knights into a trap. I murdered Sir Guy myself with a thrust of my sword. The remaining knights were overrun and put to death. The followers of Nurgle then buried me alive within this barrow. I am a traitor and a liar. Upon death, Saint Yig refused to embrace me in the afterlife. Instead, the god of righteousness sent me back and cursed me to walk the realm of eternity as one of the very undead abominations I swore to destroy.
I say, what if you could regain your honor? Would you follow us?
Yes, I would.
We have the font of law, right?
We have the font of law,
Yes.
and we seek.
Will you
to
swear on it?
I swear upon my freedom, I'll seek the closure of the pit of chaos and the destruction of the tablet of chaos until my very destruction.
There's
Have you
more.
swear it?
The cults of Set and Orcus have been let loose upon the land. In particular, the cult of Orcus. We had destroyed the cult of Set, but been deceived. And the leader of the cult of Orcus stands attacking this land. We require your aid.
I shall aid you in your quest.
That's
Swear on the
good.
font.
Because you mentioned unto your destruction earlier, and I can do that. Kind of like immediately. So, you better.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's just make him swear on the font. Right?
Yeah, do it.
If
Do
he's
it.
Okay,
evil, he'll be destroyed, right?
Do it, Boney.
He swears upon the font of law, and it confers
All right.
to him the protection of the font of
He
law.
touches
Oh, that means
all right.
he's lawful good. Or it means he's good at least.
Or
Yeah.
lawful.
Yeah,
at
Johnny
least.
Bottomtree will
Lawful or
fucking
whatever.
knock his fucking chains.
He stands up and takes a sword. I am ready to adventure immediately.
Sweet.
He is a 10th level fighter.
Damn.
Damn.
Is he empowered by the Barrowmaze, given that he is,
Undead.
Yeah.
It's a combination of the Barrowmaze and also Saint Yig not accepting his soul into the afterlife and some other junk. It's magic, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh,
You guys know about, you
okay.
guys know about revenants, right?
Lore check. Success.
Know about what? I missed that.
Revenants.
Oh, revenants. So revenants are undead who are essentially brought up back to unlife in order to continue to pursue their goal that they had in life. So this guy is basically a variation of a revenant,
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
seeking to atone for betraying his adventuring party. Where did I hear that one?
What do you know
before?
about Lord Bargulis?
Basically, what he knows is kind of what you already know. Death Knight, major follower of Nurgle, really powerful, devoted to protecting the Tablet of Chaos.
I'm sorry, how long have you been in here before we broke you free?
Oh, let me look up. I composed a timeline for this shit. Let me look that up. Okay, so
Several hundred years for us, here.
let's see. Let's see. Black Mountain. So this would have been about 40 years ago.
40 years ago? Okay.
Okay. I thought it was longer now.
Okay, he's not been down here extremely long.
I mean, how many...
A powerful ally.
Okay. Do you know, by any chance, do you know of any other, like, undead paladins here in the Barrowmaze? Or do you know how many groups have gone into this whole Barrowmaze? Because it's your group, our group, a group before us.
He's been
And
stuck
they
in
all
the...
seem to have a... With the exception of our group, they all seem to have a habit of dying.
Well, he's been stuck in this room for the past 40 years. So
Oof.
Good point. Sorry.
he doesn't really he doesn't really know much else about what's been going on in that intermediate time.
What is he equipped with?
He's equipped with plate mail, that's magical, along with a magic two-handed sword.
Gotcha.
Does he have any weaknesses that we need to be aware of so that we don't do them in front of him?
He's hurt by healing magic?
He's
Yes.
hurt by healing magic.
Correct. As he is undead.
So what happens if we were to actually do healing magic if in the event that he gets injured? Like,
We,
Right,
yeah,
we
he-
need to do inflict wounds, I guess.
Yes.
Does he need to
probably
stand
heal.
behind me if I bazinga anything?
So no, he's too powerful to be bazinga'd, I believe.
Okay, great.
So,
I mean, he's twice my level, so that makes sense. But still,
so he's too powerful to be bazinga'd, so you don't got to worry about that. In order
Excellent.
to heal him, you actually have to do an inflict wound spell on him. He's hurt by actual healing magic, and holy water might hurt him.
So would Malachi have to memorize inflict wounds rather than cure wounds, or can he reverse that on the fly?
I forget exactly how that works, honestly.
so would that make me evil?
Traditionally, it is you would have to memorize the reverse.
Well, we haven't had to deal with a whole lot of reversal.
I haven't done any reversing.
Like AD&D, you would have to declare that you're memorizing the reverse.
I'm fine with it being a little bit loose. You can just reverse it whenever. It's fine.
Cool.
That's cool. All right, well, I think we just found a powerful ally. Does he know anything about Nurgle's machinations within the Barrowmaze.
Yes. So in addition, to Lord Vargulis, right? So he notes that you guys are gonna need to get a powerful weapon of law in order to be able to destroy the Tablet of Chaos. Which he thinks there might be one in the tomb, in the Barrowmaze itself. In addition, he notes that there's a powerful protector of the tablet that you must be made aware of. The dreaded Dungeon Master of Nurgle.
Let me guess, Lord Vargulis.
No.
Is this Dungeon Master a beholder, perhaps?
No, he's a powerful lich.
Oh. Was this
Yeah,
Lich?
I think
Imbrake? Yeah, he's Imbrake Diet. His name's Imbrake Diet, the Dungeon Master.
Okay. Could that weapon of law perhaps be... Actually, question, what are all those scarabs? And do you happen to know the location of the various keys? And I will list them out.
He doesn't know the location of the keys. Most of the scarabs are just valuable. Some of the scarabs are magical, and then a subset of the magical scarabs are keys.
We keep seeing the scarab symbology, and we're trying to figure out what that is.
It's a Nurgle thing.
It's a Nurgle thing. Okay. God's Nurgle.
I would chalk this up as a
symbol.
big one.
Wait, so Raskar is related to Nurgle?
I've totally forgotten who Raskar is.
The ranger on his what do you call it, coffin. It's got a symbol of it's got a scarab.
I don't know if it's specifically Nurgle. It's just like it's pseudo Egyptianism, man. It's just like mummies and shit.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
So you've acquired the Fallen Paladin. I'll stat up and provide you guys with the Mongrel Man magic user next time. So just so we have this cleared out, divvying out retainers and such, who wants to control the Paladin guy and who wants to control the Mongrel
I'll take
Man?
this guy.
I still got Jim Shade.
I'll take this guy.
Yeah, I still got Stan.
All right, so Heretic will take the Paladin, and Garrus, do you want to RDP? Do you want to run a magic user?
This is gonna be the Mongrelman, right?
Yes.
I could try.
All right.
Yeah. I can try.
Don't worry, Benedict will tell you what spells to cast.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Benedict is the de facto leader of the party, I suppose.
Yeah, he's got the charisma, I guess.
Actually,
talking about?
is my charisma
Johnny
the
Bottom
highest?
Tree has the highest charisma in the party.
Yeah,
What's
bottom
his
tree.
Wait,
What's
hang on,
Johnny Bomb Tree's charisma?
I forget.
It's an 18.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the
Yeah,
experience.
Yeah, okay, I got for my charisma, I got 7/-1, so I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah.
It means you have a negative charisma modifier.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're very uncharismatic.
In fact, you're less charismatic than Malachi, who has a 9, I believe.
Yes. So Johnny Bottom Tree does in fact have the highest charisma of the party at a whopping 18.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a 14.
Yeah.
He is as charismatic as a mortal can be.
And what class are you again?
He's a halfling.
Halfling.
Oh, halfling. That's right.
halfling. He's got bells, or well, he used to have bells. You got.
He still has the bells. He just stuffed them with cloth temporarily while you're escaping.
You still have the cheese by any chance?
Oh, you bet he still has cheese.
Low key cheese, bro.
Hey, undead paladin or undead dude, do you need food? Like what?
No.
You don't need food. Do you
No.
need sleep? Or...
No.
No.
So he can guard us when we got to camp, so we're good.
So if we have to shit, piss, sleep, and eat, you could do guard watch, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
although
he's
he
good.
would,
He's good.
although you don't have to do all of those things in front of him.
I mean, when you're in a rush, I mean,
Also, we can't do anything unlawful in front of him.
Is that the case?
I mean, he's. I mean,
he-
don't.
Because grave robbing is literally unlawful. So-
Just don't be too bad about it. Just don't be too bad about it. You know, try not to kick any puppies. So. All right. Anything else you want to establish for this huge change in status quo?
Da, da, da.
What
I
are you
need to
doing
look
next
at my
time?
note- I need to look at my notes.
I think we should attack one of the factions so that Gnarls doesn't ally with them.
action are you talking about or thinking about?
Any of them.
I think
mean,
that
I feel like,
if
yeah,
we attack a faction, then they will ally with Gnarls because it's
yeah,
the
but if we
obvious
wipe
choice.
them out, then he won't have that option.
I mean that would involve us taking on a faction all by our lonesome, which I'm not saying is impossible. I'm just saying is
Yeah, I mean, one of our deals with the Mongrelmen is that we're going to take out the other factions, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And if we don't take out the faction, there's a chance Gnarls will ally with. Remember, Gnarls is super smart.
Yeah, he's
Also
like
quite manipulative.
he's a mad genius. The smartest character that may have ever been in a D&D game.
Yeah, he's a master manipulator. I mean, I don't know if you guys realize this.
He's such a master manipulator. We all suspected him heavily multiple
Yes.
times.
Yeah.
Hey,
But you
No,
didn't
he-
actually kill him, so
No, I can't
Always
imagine
been
why
having
we
to
didn't
photos
kill a
of-
player character.
because he's just that clever. Anyway.
he had it coming. You know, I'm just saying.
Anyway, so I mean the paladin would be pretty chill with finally closing up that pit of chaos that you've been sort of neglecting to do for
Well,
like
we
10
do have
sessions?
to deal with. We do need to deal. Well, we dealt with the cult, and that made sense, right? Not having an intelligent enemy at our backs. The question though is how we deal with that lich. We need a silent spell. I can tell you that much. There's no way we're going to deal with the lich without that.
You know, a lich probably has dispel magic, so a silence.
I don't think that can't cats spell magic while silenced.
I don't believe so actually, but that's also the final boss. Don't think about that now.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, better
So
think about
can
it
we
now.
deal with the orb of law and stuff
Yeah. So
now,
Yeah.
or do we have to deal with the final boss if we do that?
no, you can do the orb of law now. That doesn't trigger the end.
Okay.
I will let
Okay.
you. I will be a, it's somewhat meta, but I will let you know when you are like, are you sure you want to accept this quest? It will end the game.
Hmm.
I mean,
Hmm.
I'm only a
Mechanical
third level
numbers.
halfling, so like against the
Wait.
beholder, I'm not going to be much help.
So everybody's after the tablet of chaos,
Yeah.
right? Do we know where it is according to the king?
The Mongrel Man King does know, but he doesn't really want to tell you until you've done a bunch of shit for him.
Understandable.
Ah.
Okay.
Maybe we take out a faction. Like, we build trust.
Yeah.
Well, that of course, but to confirm, it is safe from Gnarls. We're not gonna suddenly wake up and Gnarls has found his thing just randomly.
Whose thing? Sorry.
The Tablet of Chaos.
Uh, just just put a reasonable effort into curtailing the actions of the Cult of Orcus, and it'll be fine.
Okay.
But my vote is to take out another faction. I would vote on the Gargoyles. They sound like the least.
Are there any other factions we could try to get on our side before trying to take out any one of these factions? Or is it just the Mongrelman and this undead paladin?
I mean, you could all convert to the worship of Nurgle, the dead god of undeath, and get Lord Vargulis on your side.
Yeah, somehow I don't think so.
There's also Charles Fostep, who's a potential source of help.
Yeah, but
We don't like that guy.
He's also potentially quite manipulative.
What?
I don't think this is a potential thing. I think it's definitely
Actual. Okay.
All right. So,
I mean, our immediate allies are the Mongrelmen, right? So if we take out a faction, which they want us to take out the other factions,
yeah. So Heretic wants to go after the Gargoyles. How does the rest of the party feel about that?
What about the acolytes? What capabilities, enemy capabilities do they have? Because I'm assuming the gargoyles, they can fly.
Actually,
right?
here's what we need to do. We need to have material goals within the Barrowmaze, which can coincide with dealing with these factions. We shouldn't just go out with the intent to deal with a faction. We should also have some particular plan. I would like to ask the Mongrelman King where tools are within the Barrowmaze which we can utilize in order to further empower ourselves so that we can deal with these.
So basically, where are the magic items?
Yeah, where's the fucking magic items?
I will consider that. In between sessions.
Okay. And that should tell us where that should tell us where we should go, and on the way what factions we should kill.
We still have our original stuff, right? We just don't have the gold.
Yeah.
We don't have any gold.
Yeah.
I will.
Okay.
I will adjust all your
good.
gold and shits.
Okay.
Myself. Anyway, so all right. Well, I guess as you need to wait for the Mongrelman to give you a map or something, so that requires me to do stuff off stream. Well,
does Malachi still have Omar Mudpike's head?
yes.
Excellent.
Okay.
They didn't destroy it.
I mean,
That's
they're
good.
gonna burn it with him, so you know.
Fair enough.
Alright.
Okay.
No, he is my best bro.
The best bro I keep forgetting to characterize.
Well, he just talks to Malachi
Yeah.
in Dwarven.
Hey, them fucking knife ears, right?
Yeah. Whenever Malachi makes a slight comment about elves, he's making it to Omar Mudpike.
Yeah. All right. So, I guess we're gonna be wrapping up the stream.
All right. This was a good session.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Very good.
No combat. None whatsoever.
No, entirely role playing to our chagrin. We hardly made any rolls.
Playing
in fact.
exactly to the weaknesses of the party.
I know.
It's total bullshit how Gnarls fucking fucked everybody over.
Oh yeah, what an asshole that guy is.
Man, if I knew someone like that, like, I don't know.
What a douche.
Any parting words for the streaming audience?
Like, share, and subscribe.
As always. Anyone else?
Never trust a wizard.
Fair.
Plead the fifth when you're accused of shit.
Yeah.
I don't think that exists.
But in real life, great advice. Don't tell the cops anything.
Yeah, you don't got to say shit.
You have the right to remain silent, or as they say in the UK, you do not have to say anything.
Yeah.
Well, you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defense, blah, 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 blah. But yeah.
Also, if you can read minds, does it matter?
A very philosophical question for Benedict Germain to leave us all off on. And that's where we're gonna wrap up the stream in 3, 2, 1.